All right. We're going with Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris.
I'll probably go Chuck Norris. Heard some small stories about Bruce Lee, not like just only doing like other stuff, but Chuck Norris actually going in the tournaments and actually fighting. So Chuck Norris.
The feeling of seeing like a body just like drop cold in the mat, it's beautiful. It's just you applying the technique and seeing that it's just one touch. It's just 1 second and the body just drops cold and the person cannot move,
Everybody says, you get your top 5 athletes out there, on a basketball team. You got Barkley, you got Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, all that. Who's your top 5 fighters you walk into anywhere, ain't nobody fucking with, you guys knocking everybody out?
Shit, I got Francis Ngannou. I got Izzy. Okay. I got Demetrius Johnson. And I got Kamaru Usman. Oh, I got one more?
No, you included. You included. So Nikes or Jordans?
I go with Jordans all day. I'm rocking some right now, bro.
What you got on? Let's see real quick, man. You got the 13s on? What you got, bro, man? Let's see. He walking into the gym. Retro 5.
Yeah,
OG, white cement. Take us into the locker room with you. So when you're walking out of there and your name's being announced, what's going through your mind? Are you? Yes, sir. Welcome to Pub Sports, your number one MMA source. You got your boy MMA Locker Room. I got my co-host Billy Brooks to the right of me. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain, man. We got a lot of sports coming back this week. Excited for MMA. That's the main cash cow. So, we got to bring in one of the main cash cows for us, especially one of the East Coast guys. One of the East Coast brothers out there in the world. There's not a lot of them in the UFC. So, the ones that we have, we got to definitely put a star next to their name.
Man, I feel you, man. It's good to be back in the locker room. You know what I mean? First interview of the year. We got somebody special in the background. He has a fight coming up, not this week, but next week. UFC 270. Going down in Anaheim, California. We'll get into that a little bit later. Who we got in the back. But first off, man, we just want to get you guys acquainted and pretty much familiar, man, because we're back, man, and we got UFC this week, okay? You got Giga Chikadze versus Calvin Kattar. Gonna be a hell of a fight week, So what better way to bring in fight week with the fucking UFC fighter backstage? I'm talking about Steamrolla Matt Frevola coming in 8-3 in the UFC, MMA, everything he got. Let's welcome on Steamroller to the show, man.
What up? That was a nice. That was quite the intro.
Thank you, man. So how is it, man? How's everything going out there, man?
It's going good, man. Just putting the finishing touches on this fight camp. I got my last sparring session tomorrow, and just keeping the diet on point, and I'm ready to cut this weight and then rehydrate up and beat this dude's ass and then party.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. I think we're about 10 days, maybe 11 days away right now. So, so how's the camp going? Are you doing 2 days, or is this the last day for everything? And what are you looking for the rest of the days?
Yeah, it's going real good. I did this whole camp back home, Long Island, New York, with the Sarah Longo team. I've been working a lot with Ray Longo, a lot with Matt Sarah, and everyone at Sarah BJJ. It's been going great, and just like I said, I got my last sparring session tomorrow. And then after that, it's just cranking up the cardio, drilling in the game plan. And, I head out to Cali a week from today, next Tuesday, and enjoy the fight week,
Oh, sir, yeah. I hear it. So you're out there training with Gracie Tampa South and Sarah Longo. Did you bring anybody else in your camp for this training camp, or who are the people that you're training with that people might not know, but they need some recognition?
Yeah, well, I've been doing a lot of sparring with Anthony Delemy. He's like a real tough kid, about to make his pro debut. He's been kickboxing his whole life. Great, real strong wrestler. And then, I was getting a lot of good sparring in with Kid Marvelous. He's a Bellator fighter. And then I was getting some good sparring in with Charlie, the Cannibal. He's just had a big win for
Charlie.
CFFC. Yeah. It's
Charlie made us some money a couple weeks ago, man. I love
Charlie's a
Charlie.
beast, man.
Yeah, he's a cash cow.
Oh yeah. And then every time I go to Sarah's, there's at least like 6 or 7 black belts on the mat every single time, and high level guys over there rolling with. And my whole camp was back home in Long Island this time. I made it down to Tampa like for a couple days, but not as long as I usually do. I just I got married, and the wifey doesn't let me.
Congrats, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks, man. I had to stay home and do a lot of the camp here, which I was happy with.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the big news coming into 2022 was the debut of Khabib's Fight League in America. One of the announcements was the 165 division. With you being a 155er, do you think this division is going to be successful?
I do, man. I've been talking about a 165 division for a while now. I think the jump from 155 to 170 is a lot. I think it's got to be every 10 pounds. For a guy like me, a 165 division opens up. We're bulking. I'm gonna hit the weight. I'm gonna hit the weight room.
That's
and
that lean roller.
I'm bumping up. I'm always like a natural big guy. I got to be real disciplined to make 155. But they open up a 165 division. I'm hitting that weight room. I'm putting on some muscle, and I'm gonna enjoy a 165 division for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's a nice little interesting division over there Khabib got. Also, I mean, Kevin Lee's the first one saying that he wants to be paid in Bitcoin. What do you think about that?
Hey, that's interesting. We'll see, man. I mean, I know Bitcoin's is pretty big right now, but I prefer some cash, honestly, but we'll see.
My second question for you is it feels like you never get an easy fight in the UFC. Your next opponent on UFC 270 is making his UFC debut, and he's yet to go to distance in any one of his fights. Do you find that as a weakness in your opinion, or is that just confirming his talent?
Anybody who gets to the UFC, I know is good and skilled. And this guy's just another undefeated fighter. He's not the first undefeated fighter I've fought, and he probably won't be the last. I was undefeated at one point, just coming off the Contender series with a big win, making my UFC debut. So, I've been where he's been. And I know he's good, but guess what? I'm good too. So it's gonna be a good fight. I know he's he's had most of his fights down in Mexico, and I don't know if the talent's as good down there, as what I've been seeing. So
I thought the same, Matt, until this past Contender series. A lot of people from that camp and Fortis MMA, both of them had a lot of people from the Contender series that got signed into the UFC. So, maybe there is some proof into the pudding, but we're about to find out, though. He might get steamrolled, though.
Yeah, I think that there's a good chance of that.
I heard you talking about the Contender series. I mean, let's roll it back a little bit. I mean, you were the pioneer, damn near. You were on season 1, right? And I hear afterwards, after the fight and everything, you got introduced to my homeboy Snoop Dogg over there with your dad and your brother and everybody. So go ahead and tell us what was Snoop Dogg doing in your guys' locker room afterwards?
Yeah, well, that first season they had the Snoop cast, and remember you could go on UFC Fight Pass and you could choose the commentary for the Snoop cast, and it was Snoop Dogg and Uriah Faber commentating the fights, which it was. I think that was a cool option.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, because Snoop Dogg's the man. I could listen to that guy commentate anything, especially a cage fight. He was funny. Yeah, and I think that's so cool. I could always go back and listen to Snoop Dogg commentate one of my fights.
Yeah, man, that's legendary right there, man. That is legendary. All right, so this is one question I always want to ask people. How does it feel to punch people in the face and get paid?
Yo, it feels good. It feels good, just being able to, do what I love, have my passion pay out. A lot of people don't get that, and it wasn't always like that for me. Even starting as an amateur, you're not getting paid as an amateur. You're going out there and fighting and trying to make it, and then even the beginning of your pros, you're getting paid nothing. It was only recently where I was really, able to make enough money, to, kind of, support myself, which is a good feeling doing my passion, and making money doing it. It's great.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
my
you.
next question for you is it wouldn't be right if we didn't do some Instagram looking into the Matt Frevola lifestyle. So in this Instagram picture, you have the lean roller has entered into the chat. We're gonna pull up the picture right here. What do you mean? What do you mean by the lean roller has entered into the chat? Or what are fans gonna expect different from Matt Frevola in this fight? Different from any other fight?
Well, I mean, the lean roll is just a different phase. Like I said, I put in there, trust the process. I got my process. I'm not always in that shape. That takes hard work. That takes discipline. That's a fight camp right there. I'm in shape right now, and after a fight, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get this big win, and then I'm gonna indulge a little. I'm gonna eat all the food that I wanted to eat, and that's when I become the cream roller. And, sometimes I'm the cream roller for a little while, and then I get back into the gym. I start training hard. We get back to the steamroller, and then I'm the steamroller. And once fight week comes, I start cutting weight and I start getting real skinny. I'm the lean roller. So, I'm gonna be the lean roller for a little while longer, and then once I make this weight, I rehydrate up. The steamroller's coming.
My next question for you is this is the second Instagram picture that we're going to bring up here is going to be you talked about it a little bit earlier about the wedding, but overall, though, how was your wedding? And on top of that, how did the wedding go? Was it during camp, before camp, during camp? Like, how did it interfere with your camp?
It was before camp. We got married in September out in Montauk, and it was beautiful, man. Everything worked out perfect. My wife was completely happy with everything. We had an outside ceremony, so the morning it was a little cloudy. We were getting a little sweaty. We were sweating that it was gonna rain, but and even when I got there, it was still a little cloudy. But as soon as my wife got there, the sun came out, and we had a beautiful ceremony out by the lighthouse in Montauk. And then afterwards we celebrated, and it was a beautiful day. And then we actually went on a honeymoon. We went to Italy for a week, and then we went to the Seychelles Islands of Africa for a week. And
Nice.
yeah, it was an amazing honeymoon. And I actually got fight news for this fight, like the I think it was the second to last day of my honeymoon. So like finished off the honeymoon, got my fight news, and I had like a good 14 weeks notice, which is the most notice I've ever gotten for a fight. So I got back from my honeymoon, a married man, a change. I was motivated, and I've had a phenomenal like 14-week camp.
Man, I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that because it's always good. The saying, you feeling good, you're gonna fight good. You look good, you're gonna feel good. So I love that right there. And I mean, on top of it, it's already just sounds like 2022 is coming in. It can't get no better. It can't get no better. You're married, and you got what I would say the biggest fight pretty much your career right now, because the reason why I said that, everybody says your next fight's the biggest fight of your career. So I mean,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a hell of an opportunity right now, because I mean, when we're talking about a UFC fighter, a veteran, I mean, you're what comes to mind. 6 fights in the UFC. I mean, wins over Jalen Turner. That's not an easy fight right there. Before you got in the UFC, you had a win over the PFL champion Rosh Manfio, who just won $1 million. So I mean, the work that you put in is proven you can beat the best of them. So this is what I like to see. You would deal with adversity your first fight out. You came into the UFC, you had a loss to Polo Reyes, in the first minute. I believe that was a fluke, flash knockout. Same thing happened last time, man. You got in the ring, best camp, you felt great and everything. And, it was a flash knockout, a fluke knockout, happened in 8 seconds. I seen you fight 15 minutes with warriors, so I'm not worried about that at all. So what should we expect coming off that little flash knockout?
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my thing. I'm not going out there expecting anything. I know this guy's good. But again, I'm good too, and I feel like I could beat him everywhere, whether it's on the feet, whether it's on the mat, in the scrambles. I'm very skilled. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I still got, like you said, it's crazy that I've had 6 fights in the UFC already. And I have so much to show. So I want to go out there and really display everything I can do in that cage. And it's time for me to get back to my finishing ways. I got to go out there and finish this guy. I know he's got a lot of finishes, and but he's never fought anyone as tough as me. I plan on dragging him to that deep water and seeing if he can swim. And if I definitely see myself drowning him and finishing him.
I love to hear that, man. I love to hear that. I already speaking to the MMA groups. I put in the chat, got an interview with you coming up. Already 3 people replied. I already bet him. So I don't even know what the line is right now because my books takes a little bit time for it to come out to the week of. But you already got people putting money on you. And one reason why, they believe in your cardio. So that's the word around town right now. So, man, we're all in on Matt Frevola. So one thing we like to do here, we like to put out a little fighter parlay. You're going to pick yourself, of course. We're going to pick you to win. But just on that same card with you coming up on UFC 270, if we were to look through the card and you could pick 2 other fighters that you think's going to win, let us know who they are. We're going to put the parlay out. And fighters, we've been hitting some good fighter parlays out there given by the UFC fighters. So
shouts to our girl Emily Decate. We got the Invicta card tomorrow night. She gave us a nice little parlay, and then we got the Invicta card tomorrow night. So we definitely gonna slide up in the DM.
There you go. The fights are back finally.
Yes. All right, so I'll go ahead and bring up the card real quick just so you could get familiar with it. You could pick any of them. You could go with the main event, you could go with the co-main event, or anything else that you feel. What 2 fighters is going to be in the Steamroller Frevola parlay?
Francis Ngannou, Brandon Moreno, Davison Figueiredo, Greg Hardy versus Alexei Oleinik, Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Cody Stamann, Wellington Turman versus Rodolfo Figueira, Tony Gravely versus Simon Oliveira, Warley Alves versus Mandela making his UFC debut. And obviously, you're on that card as well. Kay Hansen's on that card. And also Trevin Giles versus Michael Morales, who also came off that last year's Contender series.
I got to pick that main event. And, they're saying the Cyril Gane, he's like a real good kickboxer, undefeated MMA fighter. And they're saying that he's going to come out there and just outpoint Francis, right? That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? When Francis fought Overeem, I picked Overeem because I was like, Overeem is a kickboxer. Overeem's going to come out here and outpoint him. And what happened in that fight? Francis has got this death touch, man. And I think he's going to touch him, and I think he's going to get it done. So I'm going with Francis.
All right, so we got Francis in 1. We got Steamroller in the next. Last leg of the parlay. Who's it gonna be?
Go to the Georgian guy.
That got canceled. That just got canceled as of today. Breaking news: Ilia Topuria versus Marcel Evolov is off the card. Evolov had to pull out.
Fuck. Wait, who pulled out?
Evolov.
Oh,
Fox.
man, was it COVID or something? Or
I don't know yet. I just seen it about 40 minutes before
You're
we
supposed to be in the locker room, Millz. You're supposed to know this kind of stuff.
Damn, that sucks. I was really pumped for that fight. You know, I like that Georgian guy.
Me
You
too.
know,
I was on Taporia, so that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
man.
I was on that guy too. I
Okay.
saw my boy Marab out there in like
Mhm.
Spain helping him out. So I was watching that guy a little bit. I was definitely rooting for him because if he's boys with Marab, then he's my boy. So, but let's see. Let me see here.
You have Greg Hardy, Olenek. You have Brandon Moreno versus Figueiredo. There's not.
That
40 Olenek.
that Moreno and Figueroa, that one is so tough to pick. Like it could obviously go back and like it's already like been back and forth, you know.
I agree.
But you know, I think that weight cut is just too much for Figueredo. I've seen him fight weeks and he does not look good. I think you know him making 125. I think that just kills him too much. So I'm gonna go Moreno.
All right, so you heard it here first. He has Matt Frevola himself, Francis Ngannou, the champion, and then the other champion,
Yeah,
Brandon
right.
Moreno. So check this out. If you put all three of those fighters in on a parlay and use the promo code PubSports at mybookie.ag, you get 100% match bonus on Bitcoin, and that's going to be plus 366. We call it the Steamroller odds right here. Shout out to my man Big Show and Billy Briz for the updated.
Yeah, we got the Steamrolla odds plus 336 would be your UFC 270 parlay featuring your boy Matt Frevola, Francis Ngannou, and Brandon Moreno. The main event, the co-main event, and obviously the man himself, Matt Frevola, plus 336. That is the Steamrolla odds of the week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So real quick, I got this thing called Legendary Questions. It's just a rapid fire of, random questions we're going to get to. Before I get to that, though, I got to ask you, man, this guy's been making some noise out here, man. I mean, he's been knocking out UFC fighters. I mean, he's been knocking out everybody. His brother done fought Mayweather. What do you think about Jake Paul? Respect it or hate it?
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
You know,
he's talking about.
It looks like he's putting the work in. You know, he looks like he's got a good team around him, and he's he's training hard. He's boxing, and he's smart. You know, he's picking his opponents very smart, and he's making money. You know, he can't hate him for that. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm liking what he's saying about fighter pay too. You know, I think that just him talking about it is moving in the right direction. So yeah, I'm not hating. I'm liking, and it's entertainment. In the end of the day, whoever Jake Paul fights next, I'm watching. I'm a fight fan, and I'm watching.
Got it. Cause yeah, that was my take, man. I'll be honest. Like I tell people, I respect the Paul brothers more than I respect a lot of people. Cause me myself, I don't care if they said I'm gonna pay you this amount to fight Tyrone Woodley. I ain't accepting that phone call, man. You know what I mean? Like I ain't doing it. So like I respect the Paul brothers out there, man. So I just wanted that's my new thing. I want to see if the people are starting to respect them now, or are they still just looking at him sideways?
Yeah, I'm definitely want to see him go out there and fight somebody his size, but that's what they're always going to say. It's always going to be something, but we'll see. He's going to keep fighting, and we'll see if he keeps delivering.
My last question for you.
This one's going to be from hold on, Billy. That's in the legendary questions. I got it. This question right here is going to be from my man Boston Nick. He had a great question he wanted to ask you. He said, if you can pick anybody to fight, if it was anybody out there, who would it be and why?
I can fight anybody out there.
I mean, this can be like, Taito Avasa, he wants to fight the guy out there doing those fake fighting drills and stuff like that. So, I mean, it could be it could be your mail delivery guy because he doesn't drop off the mail on time. Whoever it is, let us know or call him out.
Yeah. Well, I'm at the point in my fight camp right now where I'm so hungry, yo. I'm so hungry, and I'm on Instagram, and I'm just seeing all these people posting all this food they're eating. And I catch myself just hating on them, just like rapid fire hating on them. So I guess I don't know, man. I don't think I could be fighting these guys over that though, right?
Yeah, so pretty much you just want to fight anybody who's eating right now, right?
Yeah. I
I
just
got
wanna
you.
I just wanna eat.
I got you, man. Hey, don't worry, man. We definitely gonna eat in about 10, 11 days.
Oh, we're eating soon. We're gonna be eating good.
All right, so let's get into it, man. Legendary questions. All right, man. We're going Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, or Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, I like that. I like that. Flow like water. Would you like
Yeah.
to be a co-owner of Bitcoin or a co-owner of UFC?
Man, I'm not into the Bitcoin like everybody else is. UFC.
Got it. All right. So this is how we're gonna do it. Snoop Dogg or Limp Bizkit?
Snoop Dogg's my man, Snoop Dogg he's it's weird how cool he is.
Got it. All right, we rolling. So if there's any, this is from the owner of Puff Sports Radio, my man Jeff Slaughter. Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead, bring it up for him.
Yeah. Do you have any family traditions or superstitions?
Any family traditions or superstitions? One thing I actually do, the like the morning of every my fight day, every fight day, I always watch Rocky 4. That's one of my that's just like what I do. I think I always say, if Rocky could go and fight, this Russian, after this Russian just like killed his boy Apollo, and Rocky's gonna go to Russia and fight this Russian, come on, I could go fight this guy. Come on.
Motivation right there. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, man. Think about it. Yeah, you see that? Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah, I'm just like, let's go.
Yeah, why not, right? The question of what if never exists no more, right? You already conquered that what if, right?
Yeah.
My last question for you, though, Matt, is, you said you're at the Sarah Longo fight gym for this camp. So your teammate Aljo made some headlines this week with the announcement of his title defense against Peter Yan on UFC 272. How has he looked? The sports bettors want to know, what should we expect to be different for this fight?
Yeah, Aljo's actually been out in Vegas for most of this camp. But, just training with Aljo, for the past, 5 years, he is a beast and he's weirdly strong, but his jiu-jitsu game is unreal. His back attacks, he's known as a human backpack. Yeah, I'm gonna say, Aljo's gonna get it to the ground. He's gonna get into the grappling exchange this time, and he's gonna strangle that dude. On Aljo's best day, he could get anyone's back and choke anyone out in the world, and I see that happening.
Yes, sir. I like that too. So what's your favorite strike that you like to do during a fight or technique?
Yeah, I love spinning back kicks, spinning wheel kicks. That's always my favorite thing. I think that's just a cool, flashy, devastating technique.
Got it. Now here goes your top 5. You know how they say, they name LeBron, Jordan, Hakeem, Magic Johnson. They say nobody can mess with these top 5. Same thing in MMA. These top 5 MMA fighters walk into a bar, walk into a club, walk into anywhere. Ain't nobody messing with. Who you got?
So top 5 that nobody's messing with, or top 5 that I want to roll in there?
That you rolling with, exactly. Who's rolling with the Steamroller?
Yeah, who's rolling with the Steamroller? Who's
Yeah, we're gonna have my man Chris Weidman with me. Chris Weidman's rolling. He's coming.
Okay.
And then I'm having, I gotta have my Sarah Longo boys with me. Marab's always with. Marab, gotta have him by my side. Gotta have my boy Iaquinta with me, and then the champ Funkmaster. He's with me. So then that's 4. We got one more, huh?
How about the OG Matt Sierra?
Yeah,
Sierra, come
yeah,
on.
Nah, you want Ray Longo out there, man, throwing those strikes out there.
Yeah. How about you combine them? The Sarah Longo, they're a package deal. How about that?
I like that. I like that. I like that. All right, and this is for my man Big Show behind the scenes. You know, one of the guy that makes a lot of things functional here. He wants to know, what is the biggest thing you learned in 2021?
Man, 2021 was a tough year. You know, I took fucking two tough losses in that year, but I learned a lot from it. You know, and you know, through all that adversity, I kept working, I kept training. You know, and adversity, you know, it makes or breaks you. And I'm gonna go out there and show that through all this adversity, you know, I didn't lose faith, I didn't quit, I kept going, and you know, I'm here, and I'm gonna remind the world who I am, and yeah, that's it. You know, coming back from adversity.
Yes, sir, man. I love it. I love it, man. I just want to say this, man. It was a pleasure. Hats off to you for giving us this time. I already know how it is when you're in training camp and shit. People are agitated. People are mad. People don't really got time for interviews. And I've seen you haven't really been doing too many interviews, you know, since the last fight and everything. So I just want to say I definitely appreciate it for coming on at Pub Sports. If you could do us a favor real quick, we have a little saying. It goes, Pub Sports, your number one MMA source. If you could just give us a shout out, you know, something like that for Pub Sports, we appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Pub Sports, number one MMA out there. You know, you guys are cool as shit. I'm gonna start watching.
Hey, I appreciate it. You need to watch this. You need to come on for one of our live streams. We do all the live streams on Saturday for the last 3 years. So while you guys are fighting, we're calling it play by play, making bets. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep you in the contacts. I'm gonna send you one of the invites, and you know it's just like this. You just click on, come on, chatting with over about 500 live viewers with us.
Yeah, I got to get in there. All my buddies are all like they all bet on all the fights, and they always try to ask me what I'm thinking and stuff. And usually, whatever I say, they usually fade whatever I say. and I guess that usually works out for them. But yeah, I'm gonna jump in that chat and get my buddies in there too.
Do you have any sponsors that you would like to shout out?
Yeah, you know, my CBD guys have been really helping me out this time. Sonny's Wellness, you know, that shit's been helping me a lot. I rub the cream on everything. Yeah, the CBD's been helping me. I mean, I've been off the THC for a couple weeks now, but you know, after the fight, I'll need some THC with my CBD. But right now, Sonny's Wellness CBD's been helping me out a lot.
Sonny's Wellness. So you guys hearing it out there. If you guys need something to make you feel good and you don't want that THC, go on and get you some of that Sonny Wellness right there.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick before we end it, we just need to play one quick representative from our sponsors here and a little quick commercial break before we get out of here. We just want to let everybody know out there. We appreciate everybody for rocking with us, but it wouldn't be right if we didn't let the sponsors, you know, get a little bit of love before we get out of here. So 1 second. All right, man. So yeah, like I said, man, MMA Locker Room right here, Billy Briz, Pub Sports, Matt Frevola, the Steamroller. Man, they don't get no better than this, man. So until what, 11 days from now, man, I can't wait. We're all gonna be rooting for you, and trust me, man, we're all betting for it. We're all betting on you too here, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on, and yeah, hit me up after the fight. You know. Well, I'll get back on and we'll have a good time.
Got you. I'm gonna hold you to that because I got a segment called the Winner Circle produced by my man Big Show. So I would love for you to be the first guest on there. So let's go ahead and get it going.
Let's do it.
All right.
If you're in the San Antonio area, make sure you visit Southtown 101, the owner of Pub Sports Radio, Jeff Slaughter, his bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing, real quick. I'm sorry about that. If you travel and then you're in San Antonio, Texas, my man Slaughter said, don't worry, man. Just come on down to Pups